People are going to have their problems with you. There's going to be a lot of people who don't like you. There's going to be a lot of people who project that onto you. But don't let what's going on inside of them affect you, because what you have to realize is what people think of you has nothing to do with you and everything to do with themselves. And you have to let that sit in. And I have to let it sit in more often, because I always let what people think get inside me. And then I realize that the people who have the most to say about you are the ones who know you the least. You gotta let that sit in. A lot of the times in my life, a lot of the times at work, I'll over-explain myself. And you think about why we over-explain ourselves. And we usually over-explain ourselves because we're worried about what people think. And we're worried about what people think of us, right? Because we want approval. And we want approval from people outside of us, not inside of us. We're asking for validation, right? So we're asking for validation. But there's a word in validation, value. Value that, not really, but value, validation, value. Value. You're asking other people for value when you're over-explaining yourself. You're asking other people for value when you come up to them and you're looking for approval in some way, shape, or form for what you're doing or how you're moving. You don't need approval from anybody. I need to start remembering this. I don't need approval from anybody at all. And you have to remember that your value, it comes from you. And you're born with it. Nothing in this world came out of nowhere. Nothing in this world was created from nothing. The trees are here for a reason. If we didn't have bees, everybody would be dead. I mean, maybe not that extreme, but you know what I mean? Like, everything is created, everything is brought here with a purpose. You were brought here with a purpose. You were brought here with a purpose. And you're going to realize that purpose one day, if you haven't already. But if you're not living by that purpose, or you're not moving by that purpose or towards yourself, that's where you look outside for validation. You look outside for approval. You look outside for purpose, instead of realizing that every single thing, and this is very, very, very hard for myself to even do right now as I'm speaking, but realizing that everything that you need is in you. That's help with your mental health. That's physical health. That's emotional health. Every single thing that's going on starts here. And I forget that a lot. And I feel like a lot of people around me forget that. And you have to remember, like I said before, don't let people get to you. Don't let other people's demons enter your realm. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because at the end of the day, only you have yourself. You have to give yourself value. You can't look for validation from other people. You give the value to yourself. And don't hold back being your authentic self because you want validation and approval. Growing up as a kid, like, I feel like in middle school and in school, I always had to get approval from the popular group, right? From the popular kids. Or in my middle school, it was a big deal. If you were a guy, you had to be playing football. And I wasn't a kid who liked sports. I didn't like music at the time. I wasn't really into that until high school. But I really liked video games, and I really liked, I was a tech kid. I was a nerdy tech kid, and I got pushed around and bullied for that a lot. But it was because not only was I doing it, but I was doing it and then also looking for the approval from other people. I wanted people to tell me that the YouTube videos that I made were good. I wanted people to tell me that I was good enough. And when you look for that from other people, they're not going to give it to you because you look needy. You look like you already don't have something that you have. And once you realize you have what you need, you're unstoppable. You have everything you need. I'll be back again.